I pick up two major themes when I watch Tenet, which came out in 2020. The first theme has to do with taking control of your life and moving into someone who makes things happen instead of someone who is a victim or someone who reacts to the circumstances of the world. We see this theme in the two major character arcs. The first one is Kat. Kat is someone who's helpless. She's basically been manipulated by her husband and feels like she's a prisoner who can't escape this horrible relationship. She's being held as a hostage, so to say, in her relationship. And she dreams of one day being a strong person who can confront her husband and then take control of her life. And that's what we see in Kat's character journey. She has a really big scene where she confronts her husband, Sater, who is evil. And we can see this is her kind of like 5-second moment of change. The scene is on his yacht, and on the way to the yacht, she's on this small boat, and we can see her resolve in that moment. And so that 5-second moment, I believe, is on this little boat that's navigating to the yacht before she confronts her husband, because she knows that she is going to be the strong woman that she saw in that vision that she had earlier in the film. The other major character journey that is on theme is the character journey of protagonist. Protagonist is a person who reacts to the world. He goes in and saves the day. He's kind of a typical soldier. And throughout the entire film, he investigates and he uncovers, and we follow him, and it's lovely to experience. But he gets to the point where he gets more and more power. He understands more complex things. And at the end, he realizes that he's the person that is going to run Tenet. And the big reveal for him, I think this is his 5-second moment of change. It happens in that final scene when he's in the car with Priya. He's in the back seat. Priya's in the front seat. He understands that he was running Priya at this point, and he knows that it's his job to move forward with Tenet. And the act of eliminating Priya is an act of him taking control. And we assume thereafter he's going to run the Tenet organization, and he's going to be the person behind all the mystery that we had experienced in the entire film. The second big theme, and the one that really resonated for me, is friendship. We see this really beautiful experience between Neil and protagonist. And I really connected with this because from my perspective, it shows a strong male relationship between these two. And I love to experience that kind of stuff when I watch films. So Neil, as we find out at the end, Neil has come back in time. And he knows that he's had this long experience with protagonist. And the entire existence of Neil in that film is a very long goodbye. Neil probably knows that this is going to be the end eventually, and he kind of savors every moment with his long-term friend. And so we're seeing the end of a very long friendship. Protagonist doesn't know Neil from anybody. And so what we see in this part of their friendship is we see protagonist beginning a brand new friendship. And it's revealed to him at the end that he and Neil have had this long, wonderful experience. And so that juxtaposition of seeing the end of a very long, beautiful friendship on Neil's side and the beginning of that friendship on the protagonist's side fits so nicely. And on rewatch, I honed in on Neil to see kind of his mannerisms and how he understood the world and how he interacted with protagonist. And for me, I picked up on that clarity when I recently watched Tenet again. This film is like a puzzle. They play with time. Many Christopher Nolan films play with time or are puzzle-like, let me put it that way. As I experienced it and moved through it again, these two themes are clear. And I hope that when you go to rewatch it, that you can have a look and maybe consider how these characters and these themes show up in this film for you. And this can enhance your experience. I hope you enjoyed the movie. I did, and I really connected with that friendship component that Neil and protagonist had. Thanks.